are people powerful. Yes.
The data is in, and more information is coming out regarding the derailment of the train in Ohio that essentially spilled chemicals all over the place. So we're going to go into some leaked audio that was just found, a new article essentially saying that they skipped some important safety inspections. So a lot of stuff is coming out with this train derailment. And thinking about it, guys, it is super scary because we can't have trains derailing and completely contaminating large areas, especially that are close to population. So there's a lot of people that are worried right now about getting sick, about cancer, about whether or not they can even drink water. So this is actually a huge catastrophe, and we're going to dig into that right now. And before I go into the article about the leaked audio, let's first listen to a video so that you guys have a better understanding of generally what happened exactly. Let's take a listen.
Those are residents of East Palestine speaking to officials for Norfolk Southern. These families are demanding to be relocated from their own homes at this emotional meeting. They say they're afraid that their kids are going to get cancer. They don't feel safe living in their own town anymore after a train that was loaded with those toxic chemicals crashed and burned a month ago. Last night, the train company's representative tried to reassure residents, but instead really just got an earful.
We are sorry. We're very sorry for what happened. We feel horrible about it. So, we have a plan to do that. We're ready to start tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to clean up the site. We're going to clean up the site. But we are sorry, and we do care. We do.
So some heavy stuff going on right now. I mean, the people were basically yelling out to the representatives of the train company to evacuate us. If you cared about us, you would take our children out. So they're desperately begging them to be evacuated from their own homes. So think about that. And the fact that something like this can happen should enlighten us that they should take safety inspections seriously. If they don't, they can displace and damage our environment. They could displace people. People can die. People can get sick. This is absolutely wild, you guys. And not only that, let's go into the other article regarding the leaked audio of them acknowledging that they waived inspections for that train. Let's take a look at the article now. So this article is from The Guardian, and I'm just going to do my best just to read this, keep my opinion out, just so you guys are kind of more familiar on the details of exactly what's going on. But the name of the article is Leaked Audio Reveals U.S. Rail Workers Were Told to Skip Inspections as Ohio Crash Prompts Scrutiny to Industry. And it should, especially if they're skipping very important inspections, right? So here's what this is saying. Employee says manager told her to stop marking cars for repair as Ohio derailment brings hard look at industry's record of blocking safety rules. So do you guys think that they're blocking safety rules as a result of greed? You know, I don't know, but let's read what this article has to say. In leaked audio heard by The Guardian, a manager of one of the U.S. largest rail companies can be heard explaining to a former carman that they should stop targeting rail cars for broken bearings. The manager says doing so delays other cargo. So again, the greed, right? The desire to succeed, you know, is making things really unstable, really unsafe. This is crazy. If they would just slow down, we wouldn't have been in this situation, right? And all these people wouldn't have been displaced like this. Disclosure comes as federal agencies investigate the derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. A wheel bearing failure was cited as the cause of the crash in a preliminary report released by the Transportation Safety Board. So the very cause of the derailment is what the manager told the carman to skip, right? Insane, you guys. In leaked audio, they essentially a complete failure from the train company. This is shocking. This is a shocking lack of due diligence. Let's continue. In late 2016, Stephanie Griffin, a former Union Pacific carman, went to her manager with concerns that she was getting pushback for tagging or reporting a repair of rail cars. Her manager told her it was okay to skip inspections, and it's not okay. The inspections exist for a reason. And then we're seeing the reason they exist. It derailed. The pollution, the toxic chemicals spilling all over the environment. You can't do that. The lack of due diligence, you guys, the lack of accountability, again, is just shocking. Griffin asked if the manager could put that in writing. That's weird, said the manager. We have 56 other people who are not bad ordering stuff out there. You're definitely not going to get in trouble for it. So again, passing the buck, no accountability, really shocking. Griffin said he refused to bad order or mark the repair cars for bad wheel bearings. My boss took issue with it because it increased our dwell time. When that happened, corporate offices would start berating management to release the cars. So it's coming from the top. Basically, people that are blowing the whistle and warning of issues are being bullied and picked on by CEOs and people at the top saying, no, we need to make money. Who cares about the safety? Right? This is crazy. This happens all of the time. Dwell time refers to the time a train spends at a scheduled stop without moving. It's very obvious that management is not concerned with public safety and only concerned with making their numbers look good. So again, we kind of assume this. They want to make their numbers look good, not concerned, right, with public safety. Griffin also claimed she and other workers did not receive any formal training to inspect and repair rail cars. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we're left to learn from older workers and figure the rest out from American Association of Railroads and Federal Railroad Administration handbooks. Griffin suggested all major railroad carriers operate the same. So this is an industry problem and something needs to be done about this. Obviously, if it's happening there, we can kind of assume that it's happening all over the place. And she's basically trying to point that out so someone could intervene and do something about this. As part of her job at the railroad, Griffin was to inspect all rail cars on inbound journeys for defects and put a tag on them to send the cars to the railroad shop for repair. On outbound journeys, workers were supposed to check the car's air brakes and make a final inspection. But she said management, at the behest of corporate, undermined workers' effectiveness on the job. Give you guys an idea of how toxic the chemical and how hazardous the cargo was. They're actually going to incinerate the soil because it's so toxic and they cannot get rid of the toxicity. Now, when they start burning that, obviously it's going to create probably black clouds of toxic smoke, which can create an additional problem. So in other words, you guys, in conclusion, here's what I'm saying. The corporate greed is completely out of control. As a result of the continued greed, the continued push to make more and more money, people are dying. People are losing their livelihood. They're getting sick. Something needs to be done. And not just with that company, again, the entire industry, right? Again, I'm looking from the outside in. Do me a favor, guys, comment below. Let me know if you're in the industry. Let me know if you know a little bit more about what's happening. And also let me know if you agree that additional safety regulations need to be taken right now to prevent any more horrible accidents like this from happening. Comment below. Let me know how you feel. But other than that, guys, I really appreciate you following along on this journey with me. If you're out there investing in real estate, you guys know I wish you luck and I hope you win.